Hi, today we're going to learn how to make collapsible cube origami pumpkins with LED lights to light them up on the inside, okay? So in order to make one, we're going to need a black marker, a square piece of orange paper, and an LED tea light. Please don't try to use the candle ones because they will burn your paper and you don't want to do that, okay? So make sure it's an LED or switch operated tea light, okay? Scissors, square piece of orange paper, and a black marker. So let's get started. Okay, so to get started with our pumpkin today, we are going to be using a square piece of printer paper. I chose orange because I want my pumpkins to be orange, okay? So turn it so that it's like a diamond and bring the bottom corner up to the top so it's a triangular shape and rub back and forth. Especially with the pumpkins, it's important to make sure that you have nice hard folds. That means rub your thumb back and forth a couple of times. Okay, then open it up. Make sure the top of the fold is at the top and the bottom of the fold is at the bottom. And what we're going to do next is what I call folding down the fold, where you're going to bring the top of the fold we just made to the bottom like this and rub back and forth, okay? Then we're going to open it up and we're going to stand it kind of like a tent a little bit. And the purpose of this is we're going to use these two fingers to push together like this. And you're going to see these two triangles on the outside are going to start to come together. So when I push in here like this, these two start to come together and I'm going to flatten it down just like that. Okay, and now we have what's called a mountain base because it looks kind of like a mountain. So just the top piece here, we're going to lift it. Here's the center of it. We're going to lift it up straight like this and rub back and forth. Make sure it's a nice hard fold by rubbing back and forth with your finger, okay? Do the same thing on the other side. Just the top piece like this, straight up to that point and rub back and forth. And what you're going to be left with is a diamond shape on top of a triangle shape, okay? All right, so here's the middle. Here's a point on the side and here's a point on the other side. We're gonna take this point into the middle like this, okay? It's not gonna go all the way down to the bottom or the top, okay? All I did was take this point over here and bring it into the middle like that. And I'm gonna rub back and forth so it's a nice hard fold. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. This point right here, we're going to bring in like that. If you've made a collapsible cube before, this is the same origami pattern. All right, so then we're going to look for the little pockets. And the little pockets are right here, okay? You're going to want to stick your pinky finger inside of there like that, okay? And it's going to form a nice little pocket for you, okay? Right on top of that little pocket that you have is going to be a little triangle. You're going to take it and stuff it down into that pocket as far as you can, okay? And then flatten it down. All right, I'm going to look for the pocket on the other side right here. You might want to squeeze it open a little bit, maybe even put your pinky finger down there so it's open nice and wide, and find that little triangle or point at the top. Stuff it down in there, in that pocket as far as you can. Close it up, flatten it down, rub back and forth, okay? So it's all nice and flat. Okay, then turn the whole thing over and you're gonna do exactly the same thing on the other side. But before we start that, let's rub a little bit just to make sure that the other side's nice and flat. Here's my center again. I'm taking this point, bringing it up to the top like that, rubbing back and forth. Okay, I'm making my diamond shape, bringing the other point up like this, rubbing back and forth. Okay, rub nice and hard so that those folds stay nice and flat for you. Then this point, I'm going to bring in here to the center like this and rub back and forth. Same thing on the other side. This point, bring into the center like that, and rub back and forth. Now it's time to look for our pockets again. Right here, inside here, you can use your pinky finger to open it up a little bit. Find just the triangle at the top, stuff it down in there like that, and flatten it down and rub back and forth so it stays in there for you, okay? Same thing, you're going to find your pocket on the other side, stick your finger down in, put that point down inside like that, flatten it down, and rub back and forth. Okay, now we have this kind of funny shape with a point or a triangle at the top and a triangle at the bottom. So the triangle at the top, we're gonna fold down so it starts to feel like a square and really rub back and forth on the top like that. Then we're gonna do the same thing at the bottom. This little triangle here, we're gonna fold it up like that, and it's really gonna look like a square. No, it doesn't need to be perfect, so please don't worry if it's not. And then just to be sure, let's flip those to the back like this so that they're nice, good, strong folds. And then open them back up so we're left with that kind of funny shape that we had before. Okay, so now there's going to be two sides. This pointed side here, there's no hole, okay? But this pointed side, there is a hole, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to be pulling and blowing at the same time, okay? You're going to hold it up and down like that, and you're going to see these little flaps here at the side. You're going to hold them with your fingers while you're blowing in here and gently pulling, okay? So pull and blow, pull and blow, and if you just help it a little bit, you have a nice square shape that's going to become your pumpkin. Now, in order to put my tea light inside, we're going to have to be careful of which sides we're using, okay? So to make sure that these two sides that have all these folds on it are on the sides. The fold that you blew into, the top side that you blew into with the hole in the top is going to be on the top, and then this nice smooth side is going to be on the bottom, okay? So double checking that my two folded sides with lots of folds on them are on the side. The side that I blew into is here at the top, okay? And the side that doesn't have anything on it, the nice smooth side here with the crisscross in it, is at the bottom, okay? So I'm going to choose that front side and just use your marker to draw a face on it, okay? Anything is good. A pumpkin face especially. I'm going to make this guy just a little bit scared, not too scared. Okay, two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Okay, and then we're almost done. In order to put the tea light up in the bottom, we're going to cut a little rectangle in the bottom. We're going to do it carefully because we don't want to ruin the pumpkin that we made, okay? So what I'm going to be doing is on that nice flat bottom, make sure it's not the top or these sides, but it's that nice flat bottom. I'm going to use a toothpick first, and right in the middle of that crisscross, I'm going to put it in there and wiggle it around a little bit. That's going to make a nice little hole. And what's great about that is then you can fairly easily slide your scissors point in there and start cutting out your rectangle. You don't want it to really show because you want your tea light to look like the candle in the bottom. So I'm cutting out carefully my little rectangle like that, okay? And then remember, we're using not the candle ones, they will burn your pumpkin. We're using the LED or battery operated or ones with a switch, okay? These are fairly inexpensive at Michael's. So when you're all done cutting the rectangle out of the bottom of your pumpkin, go ahead and sit it on top of the tea light like that, and you have a fun flickering jack-o'-lantern. Have fun and be creative. Bye.